see at CSIS, and the hashtag is. But the word you hear in Washington is we need to think how we shape.
Look, we've done ourselves a fair bit of harm in the leadership contest that has been such a high-profile thing in recent months. But the Australian Labor Party, at its best, has got a great capacity for survival, and there's a deep reluctance by the Australian people to entrust their future to the Tony Abbott-led opposition. The Labor Party's got to close the ranks. The Labor Party's got to put this leadership bickering behind it. It's got to focus in the countdown to the election on the differences between it and the Conservatives, and fight like mad to see that the Australian people understand the big choice before it. I think things clarify remarkably. The repeated Tony Abbott references to an Anglosphere suggest that were he to be Prime Minister, he'd be beating a retreat into some sort of old-fashioned British Dominion view of the world.
Pacific region. The United States has no better friend and ally in the region.
Australia doesn't take a position on competing territorial claims in the South China Sea. What we do want is those competing claims settled peacefully, and we put forward the notion that the different sides can consider setting aside the differences over sovereignty and getting on with resource development. We think it's appropriate to have. Our relations with the US are excellent. I could not have had a better meeting than the one I had on Monday with the new Secretary of State, John Kerry. There's a lot of agreement between us, in particular on climate change and environmental protection of the world's oceans. By any test, our relations with the US have not been stronger. Track 2 diplomacy, and to see that these ideas can be developed.